guys. I'm here to tell you about your power when it comes to inflation. Who likes power? Everybody likes power. What I'm talking about is inflation from Forbes and Investopedia, where I get my numbers from. Inflation is how things go up in value or in price, depending on who you are, what position you're in over time, consistently. Long term. Short term, not consistent. Long term, it's always going up. And the reason this affects you, inflation affects all of us, no matter you're getting a car, getting a house, interest rates, how much your value is going up over time. Just inflation affects all of this. So what is inflation? Here's my quote from Forbes. Inflation aims to measure the overall impact of price changes for a diversified set of products and services. So there's a drop in purchasing power. Common places that exhibit that are grocery stores or other stores with goods or needs that you need. You know, if there is an increase in the stuff at the grocery store that you need, then your purchasing power is being decreased because you have the power to purchase those goods and they're necessities. So you don't have much ability to control that, but it is your power to choose to go buy there. So if you want to go to Costco or you want to go to Stop and Shop, maybe one of them have a better price. That's where your power is. Less demand for wanted items would be like the automotive industry. If there's less demand for those new cars and used cars that are out there, and there's a lot of them out there in stock right now, price has to come down. They can't sell if people aren't buying, so they got to lower the price, get more interest. And services. If the interest on things is higher and things are more expensive, then people can't afford getting their lawn cut, getting the snow plows to come and plow the driveways. You got to go do your own thing. You can't afford those luxuries. And what makes all this happen is increases in prices. You say like the service companies like Verizon or your electric company, your gas company, you know, their prices are going up. They're charging you more because their costs are going up, or they're just trying to make more money off of us, whatever it is. Those prices go up, our necessities are going up, and now we have to spend more on that, and we can't spend as much on other things that we don't need but we want. And as there's more money produced at, say, the mint, the government makes more dollars. Now that $1 that I had, there's more of them. It's not worth as much. Trying to go do a foreign currency trade, you're going to be spending more to get euros because they're worth more. They have more value. Or if you go to Canada, you're spending less because the Canadian dollar isn't worth as much as our dollar. So it all depends where you go. Main things affected, though, are your needs and your wants. Your needs, you have to have healthcare, you have to have food, you have to have utilities. You know, those are things you have to focus on. So with inflation, you got to pay attention to those first and foremost. You got to be able to afford the things you need. And then the things that you want, like a vacation or video games, like a new one's coming out, or entertainment, you want to go to a concert. You got to be able to afford the needs you want first. And then when you have a little bit left over, you can go and afford those extra wants. But with inflation, with it going up, maybe you can afford those extra wants because inflation's up and you can only afford the needs. Now when it comes to labor, this loss of purchasing power impacts the cost of living for the common public, which ultimately leads to a deceleration in economic growth. So with labor, when inflation is going up, and if the labor force is going down because of that, because companies can't afford to keep people employed, that hurts our economy. Less jobs, less people working means more people bringing in money to their household, less money to spend on things, drops the economy down. Cost of living goes up, doesn't help anybody. So it just means things are more expensive. You might be losing your job and things are going up. Now you're really screwed. Wages remain the same. Companies can't afford to give people raises as things are getting more expensive. Their stuff is getting more expensive, so they can't give you a raise. You might be working longer hours because the company has more demand, but inflation's up. They have more demand. They don't have more money coming in. You're working longer hours because there's less people there. They have less people working, so now you're working longer hours. And then there's less jobs. They ultimately come down to it. They can't afford people, and they start cutting them. They start having less people. And then the real world status, how much money we have to economic growth. The latest CPI, Consumer Price Index, numbers come from after the Labor Department reported the U.S. economy added 353,000 jobs, exceeding what they expected of 185,000. So it's really good. We got a lot more jobs in this country currently today. Consumer Price Index from 2023 to 2024 this year went up 3.1%. It's down from last year of 3.4%, but it's better than what they were expecting this year to be 2.9% in an increase. So it's 3.1. So it's not bad. Transition inflation will go up. Year over year, it is up. Yep, inflation's up every year. We know that. The rates that are up are housing and food. Housing is up 6% year over year. Food is up 2.6% year over year. Gas is down 6.4% year over year. Energy, like your electric, your heat, your air conditioning, is down 4.6%. So you're spending more if you're trying to get a house, you're trying to get food on the daily, you're spending more there. But if you're going out, you're driving, and you're home, and you're using your utilities, it's down. So it depends on how you look at it. There's a balance there somewhere. And then inflation, again, is just how things are getting more expensive over time. It's your power to use. You own things. Choose when to sell it. Choose when to buy it. It's currently, like I said, the Consumer Price Index is up 3.1%. And then, whether you're buying property or you're getting groceries or whatever, it's your power to use when you're getting things. It's all up to you.